Welcome back, everybody. My name is BluJay, and we're back once again in my survival world together, ready to do a little bit more building today. If you saw my last episode, we did a little bit of work over in the skeleton spawner, and we made it look pretty nice because it was rather ugly before, and we also built a storage room where we could have an auto-sorting system to sort out our bones and our arrows and our bows and armor and all of the things that skeletons drop. And it's pretty good, so if you haven't seen that episode yet, go check it out before watching this one. This episode, we are primarily focused on transportation to get there, because there's not really a good way to get there right now. We just run down the mine shaft, and it takes quite a bit of time to get over there. So we're going to start by building a rail system all the way out to our skeleton spawner. Let's get going. So to get started today, we are going to carve out a little pathway to the end of this little hill here. As you can see, we are right next to the horse barn, and we've done pretty much no work over here since we did the horse stables episodes, and it's time to add a little bit more life to this part of the world. It's pretty secluded over here. So we're going to add our Minecart Station out here, and this will basically be the hub to get us to the various locations around the world. Now, we don't have very many just yet to get to. We've got the end, but we've got like another portal that goes directly to the end room, and it's probably quicker than doing a minecart track, but we could put one there eventually. We've also got our subscriber village that we have started building. We've got 2 houses there, and I'm not really interested in doing a rail line to the subscriber village just yet until we get a little bit more substance to that village. It doesn't quite warrant a mine track just yet, but that is coming sometime down the road as we expand. And I do have plans for eventually expanding beyond the main base area. This main base area is just a starting point. I plan to build and expand throughout this world pretty vastly. I have no plans to end this series anytime soon. I have had a couple people ask me about, are you doing a season 2 just because I released a world download? And let me just be clear. Just because I've released a world download, it doesn't mean that this world is done and that I won't be updating that world download. So anything that I'm building now between episode 21 and probably 40 realistically is when the next world download will come out. Anything that's updated will be released in another world download. So there is no season 2 on the horizon. Season 1 of my Let's Play series is going to go on for quite a while. As much as I can keep this world going, it's going to keep going. So let me keep going on this, and I'll come back to you when we've got a little bit more work done and we're ready to start building the actual station. All right, so we've got this whole path carved out, and we're going to go down into the side of that mountain here in just a second, but I want to show you this. Look, I've got 3 shulker boxes now, and I'm just so excited about 1.1. I'm so happy that this update is finally out. These shulker boxes are going to make building so much easier. I've got just general supplies that I want to take with me, and a shulker box just for stone, and a shulker box for redstone stuff. I'm just really enjoying the fact that I can carry lots of storage with me. It's so nice. Well, I've done a little work off camera, and I have built this staircase down here, and I've carved out the starting point on the inside of our little hill mountain area here. And we're going to make this look pretty similar to the base area, except for in the wings where the minecart launchers are going to go. We're going to do something special with those. And as you can see, I've already carved out the little area that I'm going to decorate here. Basically, what we're going to do is every minecart launching station is going to have a similar, if not the same, look and feel as the destination that it goes to. So, for example, the one that I'm building right now is going to look very similar to the skeleton farm room that we built in the last episode. If you haven't seen that, again, I encourage you to go back and watch it. There's a lot of really good stuff in there. There's some redstone, there's some building, and it's just really good. So go check that out after this if you haven't seen it yet. But just a basic recap of what you will find in that episode is we're using cobblestone to represent, the dungeon where the zombie and skeleton and spider spawners are all found. And we're also using some quartz, which is so hard to gather because you don't get a whole lot of it. You don't get a lot of bang for your buck when you go mining for quartz, but we're using it anyway because it looks nice and it kind of looks like bones. Which brings me to this point. I hope we get bone blocks and nether blocks and all of that stuff in the next update. I know we just got a really nice update with some new fancy decoration blocks, but I'm still missing those. It's nice to have a lot more variety, and once you've seen them in PC, you're kind of like, oh man, I wish we had that in Pocket Edition. So I'm a little jealous of some of the features that PC has, but it's coming. They're catching up with Pocket Edition very quickly. So let me finish up the decoration part of this build, and we'll move on to a little bit of redstone. So to start off our redstone design, we're going to drop a dispenser right there, and just run a redstone line right under that log there, just kind of around like that. And we need to take a block and put it right above this piece of redstone right here so that it doesn't reconnect. We want it to go around one line. So if you put a solid block over the top like that, it'll disconnect it. And then a redstone torch there, and that's basically it for the actual launcher part. And, you know, when you put redstone rails on top of it like that, they're not lit up just yet. Means they're not powered, and I think that's because I got to put a block over the redstone torch for that signal to carry on up. So let me carve this out, and we'll take care of that here in just a second. But while I'm doing this, this design is not actually my own. It is one that I found from a tutorial from Xisuma, and I'm not 100% sure how to say his name. I know even a couple of the Hermitcraft guys say it differently. If you watch BOO, he says Xisuma sometimes, and if you watch Wells Night, he says Xisuma, and I'm just not sure how to say his name. It's an interesting name, that's for sure, but he has some great builds. Whoops, I didn't mean to put that there. He's got some really great builds, and I really enjoy watching his videos, and this is his design for a minecart launcher, and I'll put the link in the description below if you want to watch his tutorial. I'm building it here on camera so you can see it, but maybe he'll explain it a little bit better than I do. So we need to run back out here really quick and craft up a pressure plate. There we go. Because we need a pressure plate to activate our redstone. Let's get rid of that block. There we go. And run on back down here and place that down right there. And now watch. When we step on it, it deactivates our redstone rails, which is what we want, because when the minecart pops out, we don't want it to go just yet. And when it does pop out, we can click on it and enter it, and as soon as that pressure plate goes back up, it will automatically launch us to our destination. Then right there is going to be a cactus, and essentially that cactus will break the minecart on the way back, and it'll put it into this little hopper line that I'm building right now, and recycle it back into our dispenser so we can reuse minecarts over and over and over, and we'll never have to worry. Oh, I think I dropped that in that dispenser. There we go. We'll never have to worry about running out of minecarts, and we'll always be able to get to the place we're trying to go to. This is a really great design, and I would encourage you to try building it in your own worlds if you're looking for a pretty simple minecart launcher and recycler. I'm not sure what the official term for this is, but it's pretty cool. I would check it out, and I would build it in your own world if you can. Now that we've got all of the redstone hooked up and ready to go, let's give this a try. And what? Why you no go, minecart? Why are you not going any... Oh, it goes when I push forward. That kind of defeats the purpose of an automatic minecart launcher. Why did you not go anywhere? Shall we try again? Hello? Nothing? Nothing? Why are you not going anywhere? That rail is powered. What in the world? Come on, minecart. Oh, I just launched 3 of them. Whoops. Huh. What could be the issue? I'm really not sure. Huh. Well, let me hop in here. And, whoop, that pushed me backwards because there was another minecart there, but that's not what we want. Do you guys have any idea why this isn't working? Because I have no clue. Let me hop in again. Definition of insanity, trying the same thing 1,000 times and it not working. It only goes forward when I push forward. Why is that doing that? What if... What if I put a block right behind it? Maybe it just doesn't know which direction to go. Yes! Oh, I just clobbered my head on that block by accident by placing it down, but I think that solved the problem. I think having a block behind it is what we needed to do. Oh, okay. Well, that was a relatively simple solution to a pretty annoying problem. Okay, well, it's good to know our minecart launcher is working. Okay, well, that's good news. Hey, guys, check it out. I completed the launching area, and we did this off camera because it's pretty much the same build design as in the last episode. As already mentioned, go check that out if you want to see how this kind of style is built. But if you step up here and jump in the minecart, away we go. Not very far just yet, but I've built the tunnel that gets us to where we need to go. And let's grab our minecart here and put it on the track and check it out. When we get in here and we come back, there we go. The cactus breaks, well, it breaks the minecart and puts it back into the system. Normally it doesn't hit me like that. I'm not sure why the cactus hit me that time, but it did. This is a working system, guys, and what we need to do now is we need to grab some rails and we need to get ourselves building a track on the way to the skeleton farm. So I'm going to run back out here and complete this tunnel, and then we'll start laying down our rails. We finished the tunnel, and we're ready to start laying down the track that'll get us to the skeleton farm. And while we're doing this, I've got a question for you guys. I know a lot of times I answer questions that you have for me, but I've got a question for you. For anyone who has experience building minecart tracks, I haven't really done a whole lot of this before. What is the best way to spread out regular rails versus powered rails? Now, the way I'm doing it in this tunnel, and quite honestly on the bridge that I've designed that we're going to build once we get out of this tunnel, is more for an aesthetic look. It's basically to line up with the pillars, and it's every 3 rails after the 3rd rail, I place down a powered rail. On the design outside, on the bridge, it's every 4, and on the 5th, we place down a powered rail. Now, I know you have to have a certain distance before it'll start slowing down the minecart, which that's what I'm trying to avoid. I don't want to use all powered rails because that seems like a waste, and they are a little bit harder to come by. But I want to be as efficient as possible and as fast as possible without slowing the minecart down. So how far apart, that's my question, how far apart can I spread powered rails before I start losing speed? The farthest that I've got in this build, I believe, is 4 regular rails before the next powered rail. So if you guys could comment in the section below, I'd really appreciate that because I haven't done a whole lot of testing with this, and if you guys have a little bit of knowledge on that, I'd love to hear from you. And again, subscriber houses, leaving comments and giving suggestions and doing that kind of thing. That is the best way to get a subscriber house. So if you're interested in having one built for you on this world, I would love to hear your feedback. So help me out, guys. I'd love to know the answer to that question. What is the best way to lay down powered rails to be the most efficient, get the most speed by using the least amount of powered rails as possible? Let me know. We are out of the tunnel and ready to start building our bridge across this body of water here, and it's going to go quite a distance before it dips down underground because that's where our skeleton farm is, so eventually we'll need to go down underground, but it's nice to have a little bit of scenery before just going into, a cave. So we're going to do a little building out here, and what I've decided to do to light this up so that, mobs don't spawn on it and we don't get any interruption in our travels, is we're going to light it up with redstone lamps, and those redstone lamps are going to be underneath the track, and they will basically be on either side of every powered rail that we lay down. So not in that tunnel, so as you can see right back there at the entrance to that tunnel, there's only one redstone lamp. As we go forward from here, as long as we are on this bridge, there's going to be a redstone lamp on both sides of our powered rail. So I built this in a testing world, and I really like the design. Again, another plug for Twitter. I posted this this design online before I started building it here in the survival world. If you'd love to have updates like that, be sure to go follow me over there because, you know, it really helps me out, and I think you guys will enjoy the little previews and little content that I put up there. I put a post or a picture or something like that, probably, if not every day, every couple of days. So I update that pretty frequently. And if you're wondering, hey, where's BluJay's next episode? Why is it so long in between episodes? It's because I've got a lot going on. I've got a family and a full-time job, and, you know, sometimes it takes me a little while to get episodes out, especially if it's an ambitious build, kind of like I'm doing now. If you're wondering where the episode is and you want to see some progress updates as I'm building it, be sure to check out that Twitter page because I post a lot of stuff over there. So one thing I wanted to ask you while I'm still building this little bridge here, I know I asked you a question earlier. This is my day for asking questions, apparently. I want to know what you guys think about jump cuts and progress updates. The reason why is I feel like this episode so far, and probably the trend that it's going down is going to continue. I'm doing a little bit of progress on camera and then finishing a good chunk of the build and coming back and showing you what I did. And then we do a little bit more, and then I finish a big chunk of the build, and then I come back and show you what I did and all of that. What do you guys think of that? Would you rather see one of these two options? Would you rather see a lot of jump cuts with a really big amount of progress and a completed build by the end of the episode? Or would you rather see less jump cuts and a little bit more, you know, natural kind of build as you go kind of style, where we may not finish an entire build like this in one episode and may have to spread it out over 2 or 3 or 4 or however ambitious the build is? What would you rather see? Would you rather see completed builds with a little bit of tutorial here and there with a lot of jump cuts, or would you rather see a slow going, you know, just build as much as you can in one episode, but don't worry about finishing it all? That's what I want to know from you guys, because I know once in a while I could get ambitious with some of these builds and be like, I really want to get it done for this episode, so I'm going to do as much as I can on camera, and then I'm going to do a lot of it off camera. Let me know what you guys think. What do you want to see? And that would really help me out a lot. So what we're going to do now, as we continue to build this little bridge here, as I've talked about jump cuts, we're not going to do a jump cut. I want to show you the progress. I want to show you how to build this, but I want to show you from a different angle. If you haven't seen very many of my videos so far, I've done this from time to time. We're going to do a little bit of a time lapse, and I'm going to get an aerial view and a couple of different angles so you can see how this is built in a little bit of a quicker time so we can make some more progress and get going towards our skeleton farm. we've made quite the progress here, and we're getting ready to place down our last powered rail over near our skeleton farm. Let's grab some stone, and we'll place it down right there, and place down our powered rail. Why are you not lit? I've gotten this bug a couple of times, and it seems like every time that happens, there we go. All I've got to do is break it and replace it again. I'm not sure why that happens. If anybody knows why, let me know. But we are here. Here's a little preview of the skeleton farm. If you didn't see it built in the last episode, check it out. Again, I think I've mentioned that 4 times now, but we're over here in the skeleton farm, and if you haven't seen it, it's pretty cool. It's a nice little build. So I need to dig this area out because we are going to build a station over here, not quite as big as the hub is going to be. It's just one little dropped point with a minecart launcher to go back, but we need to build a little place over here that matches the look and feel because we don't want to just land, in some stone just like this. So let me carve it out and we'll keep rolling along. So massive amounts of progress done off camera. I finished the station. This is not actually it. This is our original station, and we're going to take the minecart tour all the way down to the skeleton farm. We completed this bridge, and what a nice view. Unfortunately, it's raining right now, but what a great view. It's so awesome to be able to just sit back and explore the world and take it all in as we travel down towards our skeleton farm, and now we dip down underground all the way down to, I think, about 12 blocks above bedrock, so it's pretty far down there. And here we come up on the skeleton farm express station. Here it comes. Oh yeah. Oh, it's looking so... Whoa, what's going on with my sword there? I literally had no thumbs on the screen right now, and my sword was just going crazy. I guess it's just excited that we finished this build, and it's looking great, guys. Man, I am so excited about how this turned out, and we've got a little doorway here so that, you don't mistake that direction. We don't need to go back out the exit. We can go over here and get back in our minecart. After, we come in here and take a look around, we can flip this little toggle switch here back and forth to do AFK or manual kill of our skeletons. And once we've, gotten enough XP, we can run on down here and check out all of the supplies in the storage room. Just a little preview for you guys. And we've got massive amounts of bones already. We can grab some bones, pick those up for, bone meal if we need to go back to our tree farm and deposit that into the dispensers over there. And once we've got the supplies and XP that we need, we just jump back in the minecart, just like this. And it'll take us all the way back to our base. No more running, no more walking. We are traveling in style. So that's it, guys. That's all I've got for you today. Unfortunately, we're out of time. It's been quite the busy week for me. Aside from, trying to get this episode put together, I've had a busy week at work. We're doing some renovation to our offices, and so that's, kind of thrown some things off schedule. And it was also my son's first birthday this week, so happy birthday to him, and we did some celebrating with some friends and with some family, and it was quite the busy week. I had a lot of fun. It was really good, and I'm glad we got another episode out this week. I'm hoping that I can get back onto a little bit of a quicker rotation with these videos. I know after the world tour, the last video, the skeleton farm, took about 6 days to get out, and this one's taken about 5 to finish up. It's taking a little bit of time, but I'm hoping in the next episode we can do something a little bit less ambitious, a little bit less, monstrous in size of what we're actually building, or, I'm not quite sure what we're going to do in the next episode yet. I need to think about that. So it will definitely not be, 5 or 6 days before the next episode is out. I'm hoping it'll be a little bit quicker, but again, don't hold me to that. I can't predict what the week is going to be like. But for now, we've got to wrap this up. I really appreciate you watching this video. If you enjoyed the content in this video, feel free to leave a like and possibly subscribe if you haven't already, and also leave a comment in the section below. I really appreciate your feedback. I really appreciate hearing what you liked, what you didn't like, and what you'd like to see in the future on this channel. But for now, my name is BluJay, and I've got to fly on out of here. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.